Today, we are hearing from the former Waupaca County Sheriff's deputy accused of a Brady violation by the district attorney. As we first reported Tuesday on Action 2 News, DA Kat Turner conducted an investigation last year into then Deputy Justin Malee. Samantha Cavalli broke the story for us yesterday. She joins us in the Fox Valley newsroom with the latest. Samantha.
Right, Cammie, over the past 24 hours, Malee says in his video response he has received dozens of messages regarding the allegations surrounding him. He calls the situation, quote, politically motivated, and announced his intentions to run for Waupaca County Sheriff next year. As we reported Tuesday, the district attorney's office investigation alleges that Malee did not have probable cause to initiate a traffic stop in July of 2023. She says that case and others are now dismissed because of that Brady violation. The 107-page document Malee provided all three Waupaca County judges, he says, proves he's innocent of any Brady violation, including the police report he wrote following the traffic stop and the files from the FBI that show he looked up the plates before initiating the traffic stop. Malee says 2 OWI cases he was involved in were dismissed at the request of Turner, including 1 felony 4th offense. He calls the investigation performed, quote, sloppy and one-sided.
If they would have done a thorough investigation into this to begin with, they would have found the same. I, along with my police chief, have presented this information to DA Turner, and she still refuses to rescind the Brady notification and make things right.
Well, in an interview with Action 2 News Tuesday, District Attorney Turner says she stands by her decision to file the Brady violation with no intention to rescind. We are continuing to speak with both sides of the story and working to learn more details about it. We'll keep you updated on Action 2 News as we learn more information. For now, in the Fox Valley newsroom, Samantha Cavalli, Action 2 News.